What is going on YouTube and y'all squad? This is your boy Yakutees. This is your review for Real Housewives of Potomac season 9 episode 18. This is the reunion part 1. It was pretty good. I don't know what happened, but okay, because normally the first one don't be hidden, but okay, all right. So we get a video of Karen 12 hours after the verdict. She takes full responsibility. She has a month before sentencing. They played the police footage, which I'm like, ooh, that is so shady. But hey, it is what it is. And Karen is crying, saying that she doesn't care about herself, but really cares about her family. So 3 weeks later, we at the reunion. As the girls are getting glammed up, they talk about pretty much Karen, for the most part, not being there because they don't see her. Wendy is upset because Karen is not answering her phone because, she soldiered for her pretty much the whole dang on season. So if you should be answering anybody calling you, baby, it should be me, but you not doing it. Gotcha. So they're all on the couch. Andy brings up the elephant in the room. Karen not being there. All the girls say they haven't spoken to her since Christmas. Andy says Karen checked herself into a private recovery facility. The girls are okay with it. Giselle wishes, she would have done it before going to court because that might have worked out better in her favor. Wendy is questioning pretty much why now. More or less, I guess because sentencing is on the way, maybe this can show leniency, but I get what Giselle is saying. Like, that should have been the first thing she did so it could show the courts that, hey, I'm taking proactive steps to show that I'm remorseful. So Stacy wants them to have grace for Karen. Now Stacy, ma'am, you was 10 toes that you stood on big business at the finale, and now I got it. We being nice, we being kind, but damn it, Stacy. So Karen sent them a video. She said that she's going to a treatment facility, to get to the root cause of her taking antidepressants and alcohol. Didn't know she was on antidepressants, so this is something else added to. Okay, Karen wants to thank the girls, and Andy says he hasn't seen the video. Obviously, production did because production kept showing Wendy as Giselle, not Giselle, as Karen was naming names. She thanked Giselle, Kay, Jazzy. She even thanked Candace. Candace ain't even on the show, and then she ended by thanking Andy. And yeah, Wendy's face was cracked. Now Giselle was tearing up over the message. Andy says to Wendy, like, you seem unmoved. And Wendy's whole thing is she didn't want to conflate, two different things, but hearing what Stacy told her that Karen had said, hearing that, watching the season back and seeing all of that play itself out, and then to sit here and see this video of her, that's not my friend. And Giselle's whole thing is, but you should have known that because I've been told you. She told Giselle, I didn't trust you, so there's that. Um, and she also says that she was sticking up for Karen because last year everything going on involving her mother, Karen was the one that stood in the gap. So then Andy brings up the footage. Lord have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say because again, we all know that was very damaging. So then we get the Wendy package. He says that, she's funnier, she's lighter, this season. And she contributes it to, not only leaving her job, but, just starting anew. It's 40, starting over. They talk about her and Giselle's budding relationship. Like I said, they clarified that it was 2 hours. A lot was discussed. We just didn't get a chance to see it. And I feel like this was a conversation where the middle, like the majority of it was just heavy, heavy, heavy. And as they got to the end, it probably was, production saying we need to just find a way to move past it, and then we just got the end of it because Wendy was like, I had a list and I ran the list down. We know you did. Happy Eddie is doing well. Stacy commends, her and her husband on that feat. For whatever reason, Giselle got her foot on Stacy's neck. I don't know why. I guess we gonna see. And Giselle asked Stacy, is she going into the cannabis industry? Stacy says no. And Giselle like, all right, now come next year and y'all see Spacey Stacy. Don't y'all better not act surprised. I said it here first. And I'm like, oh, and if this is the case, Stacy, this would be the perfect time to abort mission. If this is the case, because Wendy even asked and she said no to Wendy. So Wendy is asked about her inheritance for her children, and there being a stipulation for them to get a master's degree, and how pretty much it's kind of messed up to have that in play when you dealt with the same thing with your upbringing. She did clarify that there are bonus milestones within the trust where if they speak their native tongue, that's gonna I guess we could say fluent in their native tongue, that there's a bonus on top of that. If they get certain degrees, bonuses on top of that. If her daughter, which I get it, I wouldn't have said this out loud only because hey, I mean, granted, it's your money, whatever, but that can breed resentment. But even saying that if her daughter goes to the same sorority she does, there's a bonus on top of that. I feel a way about that, but that ain't my business. Um, she's asked does she have regrets about taking Karen to the White House. She said yes. Kay brings up that she didn't feel that it was kind for Stacy to bring that up to Wendy when her relationship with Karen was pretty much on the downward spiral. Is what it is. Wendy shares to Stacy that Karen even met with her and said that she needed to watch out for Stacy because Stacy is a very smart, educated woman. Giselle doesn't agree with it. And we're not gonna sit here and act like Stacy is a dit. Some of what she does is literally just her putting on a show. Because if you really pay attention to what she does and how she talks and whatnot, you'll see that. Because she even made it clear, like I'm very educated and all this other stuff. So a lot of it we know is just an act, right? Okay. So Jazzy joins. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We really got nothing from Jazzy. We really did. Now Megan, whoever Megan is shady. Go ask Jazzy. Well, say to Jazzy, it seemed like you stole your man from his girl, and then ask Mia what's her take on it since she knows all about being a side chick. I'm like, you know what, Megan? Maybe you need to be hosting the reunion, even though Andrew is doing a good job of hosting. I'm gonna give him that. So we get a package of the GNA fusion and the ladies dating. Ashley says she filed and will be getting child support but waived alimony that was established in the prenup. Mia says her divorce in the final stage is Giselle like a lie. Back to Ashley. Does GNA, this is a question from a viewer, does GNA actually sell clothes because there's nothing but pictures of them up? Ashley says with everything that she's going through, it wasn't smart for her to just, throw money into this. And they're going in a whole different direction. And, it's no longer about a money making effort. Okay. Um again, just a waste. Just like, so y'all just, I mean, again, do what you do, but y'all just did this for a story. Just say that. Just say that. Jazzy is about to leave again. Like, we had her there to not really do much of anything. Ashley brings up the Miami trip before Jazzy leave. Come on, Ashley. Earn your paycheck, baby. And pretty much what happened is Mia sent an invitation to Jazzy and Stacy to celebrate her birthday in Miami. And they showed up, arrives and everything, and pretty much Mia never met with them. They ended up going to the birthday dinner. Mia showed up several hours late, so because she wasn't there in a timely fashion, Jazzy and Stacy left. You have Mia claiming that she didn't reach out to her POC. Stacy didn't know what that was. Stacy, you should have been like, "Who, your person of color?" That's what you should have said, Stacy. I'm just saying, like, it's a certain way you can do the whole ditzy, role. I'm just saying, you just doing too much. But saying that she had a POC and that Stacy did not reach out to her POC, so she didn't know. And Stacy, you can start to hear, you know, the because was she from Detroit? You could hear that it was starting to come out of her. Because look, I tell people all the time, as pulled up as I am, like, and most people don't believe that I'm actually from the west side of Chicago. They think I'm from the burbs, but I'm like, if when I get mad, it oozes out of me, and there is no mistaking of the fact, like, yeah, he from there. And I was starting to see that with Stacey because she pulled out her phone, like, no, I'm reminded of what's her name, Mariah, when she was like, I got the receipts, baby. She didn't give all of that, but she passed her phone to Andy, and Andy saw, okay, this was the invitation. And Stacy did say, I'm coming, so that was made perfectly clear. In addition to that, even letting her know that they were there. And Mia did not respond to any of those messages. Actually, didn't even respond. Read it at 12:14 a.m. So pretty much, I guess once they were done eating or whatever. And Stacy is letting me know, I don't lie, I don't lie, I don't lie. So Mia now apologizes, and then Wendy being messy was like, brings up the fact that all of the ladies were not invited. So Mia begins to, in air quotes, quotations, cry because she went through a lot. And Wendy says, you pretty much ask your friend, I gotta call you out because this is what you do, where when you feel backed up into a wall, you begin to cry and this that. And Mia whole thing is, I'm sorry that I wasn't the best of friends because I was going through a lot this season. And Giselle said, we all are going through something. And here's the reality: it's not to minimize what Mia may or may not be going through, but that is a lot of people's excuses. And I've often said, like as messed up as this may sound, just because something is going on in your life does not mean that the world stops for everybody. As insensitive as that may be, because just because you got this going on over there, it don't mean I ain't got nothing going on over here. Now, we not gonna sit here and try to, say whose stuff is bigger than the other person, but still. Um, so they break. Mia goes to talk to Stacy. Jazzy is back there with her. She apologized for not being, a good friend. And Stacy feels, she's only apologizing because, she's being called out. And in addition to that, not being in a place to receive the apology at this moment. And I appreciate that. Like, if you're not in that place, just say you're not in that place. But don't be like, oh, I accept your apology, but then you holding over that person's head and keep bringing it up, every chance you get. And then Mia's walking off claiming that she's going to leave. Um, we see that she's going to return to the stage next week, but then is, I guess, more than likely going to storm off. And apparently she did, in fact, leave. We see that we're going to get the information that TJ contacted Eddie. I have a feeling that that's going to be a cliffhanger. Like, we're probably going to end with that, and then we're probably going to pick up from there for part 3 of the reunion, but we shall see. I wasn't trying to hold y'all long because, again, y'all know we got the panel tomorrow, so I'm going to save all that extra for then. So thank you all so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all for the next video. Peace out.